Hey guys, you've seen the title of the video. I'm going to try to make this as short as I can. I want to get this up tonight so that people can still see it and pray, because tomorrow is the day where, well, I'll explain in a minute, but about a week and a half ago, a local pastor of a megachurch committed suicide. His name is Bill Lenz, and he's highly respected. A lot of people know him. A lot of people have been blessed by him through the years. I think he's been ministering for 30 plus years. His church is in Menasha, Wisconsin. That's about maybe a 50-minute drive from where I live. And I've been there before. I've been to this church maybe 10 times or so. Members of my wife's family used to go there, so I would, we'd pop in there every once in a while and visit. But he had a huge ministry, and it's very tragic to have to, hear that he committed suicide. I was told that he was just kind of out of nowhere came down with depression maybe about 3 months ago, and he told his elder board about that. And 3 months later, about last week or a week and a half ago, he went along with committing suicide. And it was a shock to everyone, a shock to our community and all of northeastern Wisconsin. He's actually even helped a couple of people out of suicide. I was reading some of the comments on Facebook of how people were depressed and suicidal and were actually going to carry out the act, but somehow he was able to pull them out. So that just speaks a little bit to his testimony of the life that this man lived. And I don't know a ton about him, I'll be honest about that, but I'm just looking at the testimonies of other people. So, whatever happened with this man, I really don't know. I just know that he was depressed, dealing with that for the past 3 months, which ended up into his suicide last week. So upon hearing that, after a couple of days, you guys know that I've been working on the Exit movie flyers. That's Ray Comfort's movie. It talks about depression and suicide, and it's a short movie. You can check it out at theexitmovie.com, or just type in Exit Movie on YouTube. It's only 39 minutes. It's pretty short, but the main part of this is that it shares the gospel message. I mean, that's the hope that we have as Christians, as believers. And we're just kind of using, when Ray made this movie, he's kind of using that as an outlet to share the gospel. And he, my attitude as well is that I want to help people who are suicidal as well as share the gospel. There's been a lot of people who have been dealing with suicide or suicidal tendencies in this area. Even in the Appleton, Menasha and Appleton are right next to each other, but I've been hearing about suicides in Appleton, and in that area, Manitowoc has seen its number of suicides in the last few years or so. I've had classmates, at least a couple of them actually, that I went to school with, committed suicide. It's a big issue, and that's one of the things I tell people as I'm handing these out, going door to door, telling them about this movie, that it's a big issue in the area. I'm just trying to raise awareness of suicide and depression. And you don't have to, be overtly religious as you're going about doing this. And I want to remind you guys that you guys can do this too. I've made videos in the past about it, but if you want the file for this, you can get it. I'll send it to you. My email is paradethegospel@gmail.com. I'll send you the file. You can print them out. I'll give you all the advice, for everything I've been doing so far anyway, and just, make use of it however you want. So the plan is, anyway, tomorrow morning, I'm going to head out early. I was thinking about maybe being there at 8 o'clock. It's about a 50-minute drive. It's 9 o'clock, almost 9:30 p.m. right now on Friday, December 15th. But tomorrow, I'm thinking I might even head out earlier. Let me show you guys what I have here. So, as I mentioned in a previous video, we printed out 2,400 of these right here. And this might not be the best example because in one of those videos I told you how the print job for the color blue was getting kind of weird like that. So I had to change everything into red. I just wanted some parts of the flyer to stick out a little bit more. But yeah, we made 2,400 of these, and we already had some to begin with. And right now I'm just trying to rubber band as many as possible. So this is cardstock paper. I've explained that before. You punch a hole in the corner and put a rubber band in there. Now, if you guys happen to do this, this is something I've not explained before, but let me show you how I rubber band it up. I'm going to put this in my mouth. It's my GoPro camera. I'm going to put it in my mouth. I don't, have 3 hands, but just hold on a second and just watch how I do it. I'm going to double band it because that way when you stack it like this, they're not going to become loosened. So just check this out. You want to make sure you give it a nice pull at the end, and that's how you do it. So yeah, I've got a bunch here already for tomorrow, maybe 1,000 or so. I'm not sure I'm going to get through them all tomorrow, and I still have a bunch of them that need to be punched out yet in the corner, which is what you see in this box right here. Oop. But anyway, this isn't going to work now, is it? So the plan was originally for my wife to come. I really wanted her to come. She never really gets to come out with me as I do any sort of evangelistic type thing. But unfortunately, and I sent the word out on Facebook like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, asking people, hey guys, this is what we're doing. Can anybody watch the kids for us so my wife can come out with me? I really want somebody to come out with me to do this. It's really hard to find people. Now I have off tomorrow, hopefully still. It's been a really busy time of the year. It's near Christmas, so it's hard to have days off. But I really want to do this because I really think that this provides an opportunity to share the gospel through the subject of suicide and depression. I mean, right now it rocked the Fox Valley, which is Menasha, Appleton, Kaukauna, Little Chute, Kimberly, Neenah. A lot of people are affected by this. So this has been in the news. People know about it. They're talking about it, and it's maybe even causing people to speak more openly about their issue about depression or suicide. So, as tragic as of an event as this was of what happened, we can make light of this with the gospel message. And that's, look, you guys, I was just thinking about this before. How far will you go just to give someone a chance to hear the gospel message? And that's, I think about that a lot over the years. Like, what will you do to save a life? What will you do to, ensure that somebody just hears the gospel? A complete stranger, a friend, or whatever. So, I kind of go with that attitude as I go out and do all these different things. I'm going to be up pretty late tonight, but to me it's a sacrifice that's well worth it, because tomorrow people will be, receiving and I talked about this before, it's an indirect way to share the gospel, sure, but some people will be hearing the gospel message and, away out of suicide. So it's not just about saving someone's life, but someone's, potentially someone's eternal life as well. So I see this as a very important thing. I know I talk about this Exit movie quite a bit. It's just one other way to share the gospel, and I think it's a valuable way. And again, it's not, overtly religious. So if you're going to, consider doing something like this, you can go door to door, rubber band it to their door, or I'm going to bring some Scotch tape as well tomorrow. Some handles on doors are kind of hard to get at, so just, Scotch tape it onto their screen door, or not screen door, but glass door, or whatever. Maybe I'll do that. But, how far will you go to do something, even simple as this? It's really easy too and encouraging, because maybe you're really shy like me. I'm going to be like terrified tomorrow going out by myself. I really wanted to have someone come with me, but one of those reasons is it just helps calm my fears going door to door to hand these out, even though there's nothing like, Christian per se on this. The gospel message is not presented on here. That's in the film if they, should choose to see it. And our email address is on there as well if they want to contact us and talk further, maybe after seeing the movie. And if people do ask you about it, just say, hey, we're just trying to raise awareness of suicide. It's obviously a big issue in the area. There's a free short film that you can watch. It's only 39 minutes long, and it'll offer true hope. That's all you have to say. And if you want, and what I'll probably do tomorrow is I'll tell them it's a Christian film. I'll deliberately bring up the things of God and maybe even go into a witnessing encounter then as well, as I'm talking to someone. Hey, what are you doing? Or just promoting this free movie on suicide awareness, and just go on with that and say it's a Christian film. Talk a little bit, and I'll say something. Oh, do you have a Christian background? Boom, I'm in. It's as simple as that. But if you don't want to go that far, just to get warmed up to sharing the gospel, there's all kinds of things like doing parades. I know I'm getting off topic talking about that. I want to make this video short, like I said. But anyway, what was that paper I had? Okay, I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover, but I do need prayer though, because every time when some outreach is about to happen, there's always a bunch of things that come up. We right now as a family are pretty much down to 0 vehicles again. One of our vans has brake issues. We really should not be driving it. My van, not my SUV, my Mazda, the one that I use, a couple of days ago it wouldn't even start on me. It's been having some issues. So if it starts tomorrow, it might just be a one-way trip. I'll get over there and I'll just be handing these out for as many hours as I can. I wanted to shoot for 4 hours originally. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to leave earlier than what I thought that I would. I wanted to be there by 8. Maybe I'll leave even sooner than that, just so I have more time to deliver these, and maybe I can get through as many as possible. Let's see, other issues. I wanted to have a map. I kept asking people on my Facebook, do you know where I can get a free map of Menasha, or those other towns that surround that area? And nobody replied. I don't have a printer. My printer's down. I just have so many issues going on right now, and very little money to take care of these things, especially our vehicles. But our printer's down, and I'm not really sure how do you get a screenshot. I want to go to Google Maps and zoom in on a section or a couple of sections of the city of Menasha or whatever, and print it off. And then the reason why is that so I can highlight, and I've done this before with other things, highlight which areas I've covered already. It just helps me remember, okay, I've already done this street. Because I can walk pretty fast, guys, especially by nature of what I do for a job. I can hit a lot of houses, and that's what I plan on doing tomorrow, but I need to remember, okay, I've done this area already, okay, so let's move over here. Or if I ever come back, which I probably will. So yeah, but I just, I'm not going to get into a big thing about that, but it does kind of bother me that, like, why aren't so many other Christians excited about or even rejoicing that the gospel is going out? I mean, I talk about this stuff all the time, and just dead silence on Facebook, maybe with the exception sometimes of people who are already involved in sharing the gospel, but they can't, I'm always asking for help. Guys, can you help me? And I just posted on there like, oh, I just need somebody to print off, take like 4 minutes, just print off, please. I'm practically begging, print off a map, because I don't have a printer, and I'll come and get it, of course, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. I really need help. I mean, that would be such a huge blessing, but there's just no one who even cares, and it's really sad. I don't want to get into a big thing about that. Been talking about it for years, believe me, but I'm asking you guys. I'm not sure how many people are going to see this, between the time I upload this video, once I'm done, going on forever, and, tomorrow morning, as I'm out there doing this. Just, pray for laborers, too. Maybe somebody can still step up. But amidst all these problems, especially the vehicle problems, I'm still determined to go out there, okay? I'm not going to get all like pep talky on this, kind of like I was trying to or starting to get into before, but I was reading recently or reflecting about Romans 9:3 and Paul, what he said. He would be accursed from Christ so that his countrymen, his Hebrew, his Jewish uh, nationality neighbors would come to know Christ. He would give up his own salvation if that's what it meant for those who he loved to be saved. And it just got me thinking of just a ton of different things, but one of them was what I was talking about before. How far will we go to share the gospel with someone? Amidst all these problems, and sometimes I wonder if it's, just demonic. There's always something trying to stop us from doing anything, even simple things. But I'm determined to push through this. I'm going to be up late tonight. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just trying to, maybe be an encouragement or whatever. I'm not trying to glorify myself or anything. Please understand that. I'm just saying, like, how far will we go to, even just for someone just to have a chance to hear the gospel? But I'm going to push through it anyway. Wake up early. I don't know, 5 o'clock. I know a bunch of apartments that I want to hit up, and I can do that, while it's still early yet, and then I can go out, so people don't wonder why is this like stranger just going door to door at such an early hour in the morning. But when you're in an apartment building, then it's a little bit more safer, I guess you could say. But yeah, so I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow as well, maybe a couple of inches, so not too bad. Not like the snowstorm we had a couple of days ago. But yeah, just please pray, okay? And for the people who are affected by this, I'm not sure what's going to happen as a result. The church, he was the head pastor. Yeah, so obviously they're hurting right now, family, friends, the church membership. Yeah, so, and just our area too, because again, so many people, suicide affects them, either directly or indirectly. And we all know someone, probably you guys too, but we all know someone here who's been suffering with either depression or suicidal tendencies, or know someone who has taken their life. I'm not sure there's anything else I want to say. As always, there's probably something I'll think about, and I'll probably put in the comment section after. Just please pray, guys, okay? I can't ask you that enough. I'm going to go meet with God in a little bit and pray for a little while. I'm just going to band some more of these up, and then I'll get to doing that. Pray that I actually get there too. My vehicles are down. I could technically drive something. My wife's van, the one that she uses most anyway, the brakes are really bad and it shouldn't be driven, but if I have to, then I'll do that. Or maybe my mom, I can ask her if I can borrow her SUV, and she'll probably let me, but it's kind of late right now to ask her, but we'll see. But so please pray for us. Thank you, and God bless you guys. And if you have any questions about anything, let me know. Again, if you want to do something like this, you have any other ideas, please let me know. Any ideas whatsoever, whether it's related to this or anything else related to getting the gospel out, please share those with me, okay? I'd love to hear that. So God bless you guys, and I'll give you an update. I think tomorrow I'll update you guys on what it was like. So thank you guys. God bless.